Back to work. Time for a holiday. Much Ado by Katrina Bennett.
Annie, are you okay? Will you tell us that you're okay? There's a sound at the window where it struck you. It's a not-so-little-known fact that I have had an escapade or two in my mid-lengthened lifetime. Sometimes I leave the house for a seemingly mundane day of chores, and it turns into a madcap misadventure. Going to get my car serviced once ended up with me getting temporarily misplaced in Warrandyte State Park as I attempted to hike all the way home while playing the game Roads Are Lava and had to stick to trails only. I just didn't necessarily know where each track went. On the plus side, I hadn't even got home before I had to turn around as my car was ready to be picked up. On another occasion, what should have been a linear journey to IGA to source some dinner ingredients led to numerous side quests. Somehow, I made 3 new friends in the fruit and veggie section, signed up for a golf weekend at the deli counter, waxed lyrically about a forthcoming snow trip in the confectionery aisle with some fellow snow freakers. Needless to say, the hungry hordes were thrilled with the stale toast as their only sustenance when I managed to come home with a full diary but empty-handed from my foraging foray. A simple, chill weekend away with my mountain bike girls in February that involved a slight mishap and a tour of a few public hospital trauma wards left me sitting on the sidelines for the next 6 months, excluding me from all things fun and even less convivial activities, such as work. Don't get me wrong, while I'm not particularly attached to being a useful, functioning, tax-paying contributor to society, my family, accountant, mortgage provider, employees and patients have other ideas. So when the tide eventually turned and it was declared I was fit enough to return to the place where I pretended to know stuff, smile with an abundance of confidence and charge accordingly, there was a collective blue whale-sized sigh of relief. Surely even for this walking, talking, accident-prone wonder, there was no safer place than to be ensconced inside the walls of a healthcare clinic, smack bang in the centre of a middle-class Melbourne vegetationless suburbia. Or so you would think. It took 1 day and 1 hour into my return to work for the wheels to get a little bit wobbly. An incredibly annoying grating and grinding sound had developed outside my window. Less fingernails down a blackboard and more dragon claws slowly dancing on a rusty tin roof sort of situation, and exactly 2 more patients for the wheels to completely fall off. The howling wind outside had been gradually picking up. Even with my back to the window, in slow motion, I sensed the subtle change in air pressure. In front of me, my patient's eyes widen. Their mouth soundlessly forms an O shape as the room darkened. Emptying my hands of sharp objects into the instrument tray, I spun around and ducked just as the only tree in approximately a kilometre radius smashes against the window and shook the entire building. Light suddenly flooded back into the room as the tree reversed its trajectory and flipped back into a semi-upright position. The ominous grinding and grating sound resumed as the tree and the now bedraggled-looking fence that is propping it up resumed their wooden dance routine. We were still blinking at the half-broken tree, half-broken fence, window completely intact, in wonder and awe at its defying all of Newton's laws of physics, when the other staff finally came running into the room to check we were okay. "Stay off your bike, you'll hurt yourself. Don't ski off cliffs, you're too old. Go to work, they say. Take it easy. Keep it light and stress-free. Ease back in." Sure. Nothing says low cortisol levels than 2 men in high vis with dueling chainsaws 3 metres away from your brain for hours on end. Welcome back. I think it's time for a holiday. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? You've hit by, been struck by a smooth eucalypt.